everyone, and welcome once again to the Platforming Hour. I'm Captain Logan.
And I'm Sarah.
And today we are playing one of my favorite games from when I was a kid, Bubsy in Closet Encounters of the Third Kind. This is on the Genesis. This is the way I played it, and it came out in '92. It was originally released by or on Super Nintendo, but then later it was on the Genesis, and like I said, that's the way I played it. In fact, I think growing up, Sarah, I didn't even know that this was on the Super Nintendo. I only played it on the Genesis, and this was kind of like another Sonic for me. I'm not going to say that it's as good as Sonic or that I ever thought it was as good as Sonic, and of course this game actually has kind of a reputation. Lots of people don't like Bubsy because they think that he's like a generic Sonic the Hedgehog, and that he didn't really have anything going for him, that he was just kind of a knockoff kind of character. And I think that this game gets a lot of flack because of the crappy sequels. And I think a lot of people, for whatever reason, heard about the crappy sequels and then thought this game must also be bad, but that it must also, it'd be awful without actually playing it. We'll talk about its pluses and minuses, and certainly there are negatives, but I unabashedly still love this game. It's one of my favorites from when I was a kid. We're going to play it through for you right now. Putting an hour on the clock right now. Sarah's going to start for us.
Yeah, and I did not grow up with this game, so... But I've played it, of course, a few times.
You didn't know about it till me.
Yep.
So, Chapter 1, Cheese Wheels of Doom. The titles for the levels in this game always really crack me up. And one of the things I thought was really neat...
Quit jumping.
Just jump off it. There you go. One of the things I thought was really neat when I was a kid was that Bubsy has a voice. And a lot of games on your Genesis and Super Nintendo didn't even attempt that. I think for the time it sounds pretty cool. It's one of the things that I thought made Bubsy a little bit less generic, was that he immediately had a voice attached to him.
I can't believe I did that.
So Sarah and I are gonna play together and just kind of jump back and forth. Everything that you've gotten already disappears when you start over. That's something that is different with this game than your typical Mario or Sonic game. Part of that is because the levels are kind of long. Something you gotta get used to in this game is that you can't fall from a really high place without getting smashed. That's one of the things I've heard people complain about that they don't like about this game. I thought it was kind of a neat new dynamic that a lot of things didn't have. I've heard people say, well, side-scrolling platformers aren't supposed to do that. You're because you don't fall and die in Mario, you shouldn't fall and die in something like this. And I don't know why different games can't have different mechanics if they work. You know, it adds a certain degree of difficulty. It adds some variety. It's different and it makes sense. The reason that you smash and die in this, as opposed to other things, is because this is an attempt at being a 16-bit cartoon. So, Bubsy experiences a lot of cartoon physics. And that's why, if you fall from a high place, you smash, and then, you start over again, because you're a cartoon. It actually makes a lot of sense, don't you think, Sarah? Because, it's like, okay, you still do have a finite number of lives, but we've actually built in somewhat of a reason that you return in a video game.
Yeah.
If you think about it.
Absolutely. And I think it's cute that he starts with 9 lives.
Because he's a cat.
He's a cat.
It's a game with a lot of personality. And once again, not perfect, and we'll talk about its issues as we come across them.
You did it, Dad.
But yeah, the mechanics are really different. So anyway, one of the big mechanic that's different here from a lot of other platformers is the glide. Which is hilarious because you're Bobcat and you don't have wings or anything, so there's no reason you should be able to glide. But you can. Now we go into one of the bonus levels. I always thought these were really fun.
Whoa.
Now I will admit that part of my love for this game certainly stems from nostalgia that is impossible to get away from. This was one of my early big video game loves, and I know that sounds really weird probably. I'm probably one of the very few people that had that, where this was one of the games we played all the time. But this is one of the ones I discovered when we first got a Genesis. So I had played some Mario. This is a little tedious trying to get all the yarn balls. Usually, eventually I usually just give up. Because I don't think there's anything really special you get for getting all of it. Although I don't remember. Maybe I should actually try to do that and find out. Whoa! Bubsy was an attempt at another big mascot type character. For Acclaim, they were trying to create the next Sonic the Hedgehog, but I don't think it was a bad attempt at a cool, fun mascot. Oops. There was a pilot for a cartoon show that I'm told is awful. I've never seen more than a couple of minutes of it. Sarah, at some point we should find that and review it.
We should.
Because I think that would be hilarious. I've actually gotten requests for it.
Yeah.
Okay, I think I got, what, one more? Yeah, we're still doing this.
I think there was one right at the very beginning.
We're still doing this. Oh, crud. Anyway.
Oh no, you only have 5 minutes left to finish the level.
Yep, this game is on a timer, like Mario, but you get a lot more time because the levels are so big. Well, and also, Sonic was too, it's just that you got like 10 minutes. So rarely did you ever have to fight the clock in a Sonic game. It comes up in this more often. There's a belt that you continue. There aren't a lot of those in the game, so you definitely want to make sure and get that first one, and a lot of them are hidden and hard to get. This game is on a password system. And now it's Sarah's turn. We're passing, I'm going to say this earlier, we're passing back and forth so that we can help each other get farther in the game and show you as much of this in as short a time as possible. There is Forbidden Plummet. There is a two-player mode, which works like Mario on NES, where you're basically just playing separate games. And that's okay, but I didn't want to do that for a playthrough because it'll take twice as long. Careful.
Spikes.
This is a game that, unlike Sonic, you really gotta take your time with. Which is a little bit counterintuitive because you're going at a run anyway. There is no run button in this game. You're always running. And so you'll notice that there's a lot of starting and stopping that happens when I'm playing. That is something I could see someone criticizing. Again, I'm so used to it that it's not something I really think about. But yeah, that's maybe a flaw. That's maybe something that it would have been nice maybe if you could go at just a walk.
Especially since there's an extra button. I think they're, what, on the Genesis controller you have 2 jump buttons and 1 glide?
Yeah. So they could have given you that, but it would have changed the whole mechanic of how the game is played because you would be able to just go at a regular walk. Maybe the issue there, Sarah, was, well, if you're running, then how do you deal with the glide? Mm-hmm. Because then you've got this extra button that's in the middle of it all. So, I mean, it does... Oops. Well, that was nothing.
Oh, short.
More like a bridge too short. I enjoy the puns. I've always been a sucker for puns. That's one of the things that I thought helped give this game a lot of personality. There's all these puns to like sci-fi and fantasy movies, and just classic Hollywood movies in general.
That's one of the things that drew me to the game in the first place too when you first showed it to me, just because I thought the opening titles were so cute.
Here's one of my favorite things. Boosh! One of the things you gotta get used to is what actually kills you in this game and what doesn't. There are things that you would expect would probably kill you, and then things that don't, and it's consistent with it. And that's probably one of the things that turns people off, but again, I think it's consistent. It's just, you gotta learn what they are. And how many games are like that, right? Mm-hmm. Where it's just trial and error. There's less of that in this game than other things I've played. I guess a lot of this is just going to be for me a defense of this game. because I have heard a lot of people talk about how awful it is, and I don't understand that. The controls are decently fluid. The hit detection's fine.
Yeah.
I could see complaints about level design. One of the things that's kind of irritating is this, where like you're running up a hill, and then suddenly there are these pianos. But again, I think that's part of where the charm comes from. It's not fair, but I think it kind of knows that it's not fair. If that makes any sense.
It's not that hard to, if you would know what's coming.
Yeah, to anticipate it, but you do have that thing where like you're running through a level, and there's this kind of unfairness of you don't know really what's gonna come right up on you, so you could just plow right into a thing.
Yeah.
And you're moving at this quick clip, but you're gonna die more often if you slow it down. So that's a place where I really don't know. I really have a hard time drawing the line between I wouldn't mind it anyway and just, well, I've played this game 1,000 times, so I'm used to it. You know what I mean? I also like the music. I think it's really catchy.
Yeah.
And I really like how expressive the character is. He had that in common with Sonic, but the sprite actually has quite a few more expressions. Oh, you gotta be careful not to smash into guys.
Yeah. Man, I love those water slides.
Yep, they're fun.
It's my favorite part of these levels.
Well, again, that's kind of new, right? Like,
Oh.
that's the thing you haven't seen in a lot of things. Sonic had something similar, but not nearly as often. And I'm thinking later Sonic. I missed that T-shirt. Oh, there it is. Can I get it and not die? Yeah. All right. Wow.
2 T-shirts. Wow.
Generous.
This is gross.
Oh!
Then you get cut in half.
Split in half. That's another thing I think is really fun is with all the silly cartoon physics, there's like 20 different ways that you can get killed. I don't know. I think it's inventive. And then if you stood there longer without moving, Sarah, he'd like try to dry himself off.
Oh yeah.
He'd start shaking like a dog.
Uh-oh.
Oops. And that's a matter of just having to know where things are. Again, that's one of the problems. That's a thing to criticize is too much being way up in the air and not knowing what's beneath you. That's why when in doubt, glide.
Yeah.
If I had one big piece of advice with this game, it's if you're in midair, always be gliding and always know what the physics are. So, like, for instance, when you come off one of those slides, you actually want to... Oh, crud. You actually want to not do what I did, because I did it on accident, which is you have to glide out of it and not jump first. So you have to let the slide actually drop you out and then start gliding. If you jump first, you're still in that spin that he's doing, and you don't come out of it immediately. So if you drop from a high place from there, you're gonna get killed.
Can
I don't believe you can there. I think you've got to go up a little higher,
Okay.
or just go in that cave. Yeah, see what I'm saying?
That works.
Now, if you want your marker, you go back. Otherwise, just go forward. Now that you're going forward, try not to die for me.
I will try.
And again, I'm probably making this game look a lot easier than it is because I know where a lot of stuff is. And actually,
Gliding killed me there.
I'm getting killed more often than normal just because I haven't played this a long time.
I think it's
Sarah,
because I'm rubbing off on you.
I don't know that I've picked this game up probably in 3-4 years.
I think we've only played it once since we were married.
Really?
We played it more when we were dating.
Okay, do you see what I'm saying? Coming off that?
Yeah.
And then it gets all puffy. I don't know, it's a cute game.
Yeah.
Oh, crud, I did it again. Goodness.
Oh, we gotta get through this.
We're not playing well.
No. I think this is the worst we've ever played.
That's alright. We'll get there. We're warming up. 40 minutes left in the platforming hour, and as I said, we're gonna probably play through as much of the game as we can over a period of a few videos. Oops. Again, don't forget to actually jump when you spring off those. And don't press the wrong button. You want to actually jump and not glide.
Yeah.
Like, Bubsy is super... I want to say that's the exact same place I died.
Yeah, except you fell from higher.
Would have been really cool if you'd gotten that marker. Would have really appreciated that.
Oh, you could just go through the cave on the bottom again. That's the way I did it.
I could, but I always play high.
Yeah.
One of the fun
It's more
things.
fun to play high.
One of the fun things about this game, too, is all the multiple paths, and that's another thing it has in common with Sonic. But I would say the world is a lot more open than a Sonic world, right?
Yeah.
I mean, like, it's almost weird to use the word. I died in exactly the same place. We're doing awful.
It's just a little island.
That's just too little of an island. I should have jumped over it. Oh, man. Oh, well. But wouldn't you say that, one of the... That it's almost weird to use the word path, because the world's so wide
Yeah.
open.
There we go. Okay.
Yeah, just go in there, and then jump back
get
and
the
grab that
marker.
marker real quick. Oh boy, we're not playing well. That's okay. We'll get past this first world. We'll use our marker, and then... Or not our marker, we'll use our continue, and then we'll just use a passcode for you to jump back in.
And we always do it.
I hope we start playing better, because I really want to show you guys some of the later levels.
At least I got his egg pile. Does that come back?
No, I think it does stay, yeah.
Killed his eggs.
Sarah, that's called incremental progress. I don't think we're doing this game very much justice. People are like, well, yeah, this is why people hate this game, guys, because, oh, he threw him anyway!
He still throws eggs even though he didn't have
I don't know how he did that, but alright. Oh! What did I get hit by?
Flying duck.
I think it thinks I got hit by the flying chicken
It's
thing.
the flying thing with the
I
goggles.
think it's a chicken.
Okay.
Wow. This is absolutely the worst I've ever played this game. It is fair to say these level designs are really random.
Oh, I shouldn't have jumped.
That's one of the tough things with the water slides is just anticipating them. Oh.
I was
I
going.
can't believe you didn't get killed.
I was pushing the glide button, but it sure didn't look like I was gliding.
Once again, as I said, you have to drop off it and not jump off it.
I didn't think I was.
You did jump straight off it though. I'm pretty sure you actually bounced
I wasn't
off
sure
it.
where the edge of that thing was.
Oh well, that's fair. I mean, I probably would have done that too. Be careful you don't get hit
Yeah.
there. Okay, jump over it.
Oh,
That's
I hit
tough.
his foot.
That's tough. You notice there's like anvil boxes and things. This game is borrowing a lot of stuff from Warner Brothers and Tex Avery cartoons.
That's what killed me last time.
Is that a duck or is that a chicken? I'm having a hard time telling. I always thought it was a chicken when I was growing up, but now I'm looking at it and I'm like, I don't know.
I always thought it was a duck, but I never looked at it that closely.
This is another game that I can't play without thinking very fondly, oh boy, squish, about,
You got stepped on.
I have never had to use continue here. This is insane. This is another game that it's hard to play without fondly thinking of Death of Superman. Because that was happening right around this time. A lot of fond memories of spending time with my dad in Arkansas. reading comics and playing video games. T-shirt. All these T-shirts didn't help us much last time.
No.
That's alright, as long as we get past here and get our
You just slid off that island.
get our password for the next level.
Oh.
And naturally, of course, passwords really easy to just look up on the internet these days. But we want to play this straight and see how far we can get on our own. Oh!
Way to dodge.
We'll see when we get into the carnival level that there's some things that are pretty funny that can hit you but actually don't kill you. Remember the ice cream cones?
Yes. And you just get frozen?
Yeah. You got ice cream headache. That's always fun. You want to be careful with cars. You can jump off of them, but you can't get smacked by them naturally. You also can't run into the back of them. But something you want to be careful of with those manholes is that you don't jump right above them and get hit by them. You can be sprung up by them, but you can't get hit from underneath. Too bad you don't have a Sonic spin. I'm anchoring to play some Sonic right now.
Yeah.
And we are to the end. And here come the yarn ships. The Woolies are evil space aliens who have come to steal all of the world's yarn. And I will say...
And it bothers you because you're a cat.
Yes, and you hate that because you're a cat and you need yarn. I will say, the premise, pretty generic. Pretty silly and generic, but funny. I think they look... you should be gliding.
Okay.
You can control yourself a lot more in the air to bounce off of them if you're gliding. At least that's always been my strategy. Oh no! They look they look like spaghetti monsters as much as they look like yarn creatures. Which is why I worship them, because I believe in the giant flying spaghetti monsters here. I bet you didn't know that about me.
That's because you were brainwashed by Bubsy when you were a kid.
That's right, that's right. Da-na-na-na-na-na. Okay, you want to memorize that?
McBroom?
Yeah, McBurln! Nah, we won't need it before today's platforming hours out. Well,
Whatever blows your hair back.
hopefully. Fair conditioning. Ah!
Giant hot dogs.
Oh my god. I'm gonna have this so stuck in my head for the next
This
3 days
level,
now.
the carnival level,
Uh-huh.
it just drives me crazy. But I think it's just so funny.
It drives you crazy and there's just so much stuff that can kill you?
Yes.
Or... Yeah, it's pretty
I die
ridiculous.
so much.
I will say that probably the biggest weakness of this game is level design. I mean, I like a lot of things about it. I think there's a lot of really clever things in it. I like a lot of the elements. I just think that ultimately... Wow, you are actually legitimately hard to see right now.
I can't see myself.
I don't remember it being like that.
No. Where am I?
It might be just the way the... Wow, but now you can see. That's so weird.
Ah, jeez.
That's not the game. That's a weird little glitch, probably with how the cartridge is sitting in the console or something.
Yeah, because I don't remember it ever being that bad.
Well, I had a weird cord connection thing, Sarah. You got lucky there.
Oh, yeah.
I would not be moving as fast as you're moving right now. Just slow down. Slow down. Why are you playing like this?
Because
Get
it's
that
working so far.
shirt, because I'm gonna need it.
Hey, I just got like 3 markers right there.
No, I appreciate that.
There you go.
Okay, that's not how you play this game.
Bubsy Sonic.
So everybody knows the way Sarah was just playing. That's not how you play this game. It's not how it's done.
I play it by luck.
And that's how you live your life, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
I know you've always said that. I got the eyeballs! I'm so excited!
No, if I lived my life the way I played video games, I would probably have died.
Now, I mean, it would drive you crazy to... Oh, come on. Smash. It would drive you crazy to play about 3 hours of, say, Sonic 2, and then come in and try to play this.
Yeah.
So, Sarah, you're somewhat of an outsider on this because you didn't grow up with this game.
Yeah.
What do you think? I mean,
I
is
love
this
it.
game is the reputation warranted? Is it just me?
I don't understand
That it's
the
not that
reputation.
good?
I mean, because the thing is, whoa, I don't want to be on that, do I?
You can get on it to get a bunch of yarn balls, but then you have to drop out of it before it drops off and kills you.
I think yeah. No, I love this. I like side scrollers, but I only like good ones, and so this must be good because I like.
That's not true. I think there are particular kinds of side scrollers you don't like because they're just not your taste.
Yeah.
Because I think a lot of people get this idea that side scrolling platformers are all exactly the same, and they're not. I mean, there's a lot of different ways to do this.
Yeah.
I'm much more of like a Mario guy than say a Mega Man guy. I get why people like Mega Man, and I'm trying to get into it. I didn't grow up with it. Lately, I've been trying to get into Mega Man. I'm not feeling it. It's not immediately my kind of platform. I'm having to really adjust myself to get. And I guess it's just I'm not good at it. I'm having a really hard time getting good at it. So what I'm saying is I get where you're coming from, that there are just certain things that aren't immediately your bag.
Yeah.
Okay, I have never figured out how to get in there and get that. And I've never watched any like playthroughs or anything.
I guess there's a tunnel somewhere that you have to find.
Yeah, there's gotta be. And I've never looked into it because I don't want to know. I want to find out on my own. I'm gonna be like 50 before I find out how that works. But by the way, especially if Rockman is watching, because I know Rockman's a huge Mega Man fan. I'm not saying Mega Man's like bad or anything. I just have not developed a love for it yet. I'm trying. I'm not good at shooting and aiming things. I tend to be better at side-scrollers that don't involve
Guns?
a lot of projectiles.
Yeah.
I was awful at Vector Man. And so I haven't played a lot of Contra or games like that. So I just need to sit down with one of my, because I've got several friends that are big Mega Man fans. I just need to sit down with somebody that can point out some strategies. Once I get good at that, I'll do it on the platform. You gotta be really careful with this, because if you screw it up, then you smash. You ever done that? You
Yes.
smash right on this.
Yes. Oh, I've done that before. That's why I avoid those things. Because I smash more often than not. Good job. I think we're getting more in the groove now.
But yeah, part of the reason I started the platforming hour was to finally get into some things that I somehow rather missed when I was a kid. I played Castlevania for the first time a couple years ago. Somehow rather didn't grow up with that. Well, that was a waste, Sarah.
Sorry.
Why don't you just jump right into the thumbtacks?
Well, I didn't realize that thing just kind of bumped you.
That's why you just jump on it immediately. Or what's wrong with you?
I wanted to try to go a different way, a way I'd never gone before.
Oh, you mean the way that kills you?
Apparently.
What I wanted to do was die. If you have a problem with that, then you can get really, really far so that I can waste more men.
Yes.
You're wonderful. I've always said that. Once again, really weird level design. Why would you design it like this, where there's just these, like, funky, jagged bits of roller coaster that are really hard to jump off of?
Oh, but that's what all roller coasters look like.
Well, yeah, but this place wouldn't be open.
No.
Hot dogs! Get your hot dogs! You see, those guys are throwing eggs and don't have any way to get them. Okay,
Yeah.
ready? But it doesn't kill you.
But the hot dogs do.
No,
Oh,
the
boy.
sandwiches.
Sarah, no, they don't. They're
They don't?
hot dogs.
I thought they did.
They don't look like what? No, I was talking to Jason.
Oh.
Jason said the hot dogs look like sandwiches. What were you talking about?
I was telling him, no, they don't look like sandwiches, they look like hot dogs.
Yeah, I was arguing with him. I was gonna say something. I totally can't remember what it was now.
What was it? Can't remember it, but can't say it.
Death by hot dog.
Death by hot dog.
Sarah, there's a particular kind of person that this game was meant for.
Yes?
The easily amused.
Oh, okay. I buy that.
And that describes me fine.
God, this is so nice.
You notice just how often I'm having to kind of put on the brakes.
Yeah.
That is a thing in this with this game. I really wish they had come up with some way to incorporate just a walk.
Yeah.
And then you notice that like the scrolling gets ahead of you. Okay, I'm gonna go backwards and up, I think.
Onward and upward. Actually,
That's
backwards
it.
and upward.
Backwards and up, and now onward. I swear this is gonna be stuck in my head for days. Is
Yeah.
this where we get into the maze, or is the maze in the third one? I think the maze is in the third one. Oh no, here we go. Are we in the third one already?
We are in the
We are in the third one, aren't we? Alright, here comes the maze. This is one of Sarah's favorite parts.
Yeah, I like it. But it takes me forever because I haven't figured it out yet.
I always get it figured out, and then I don't play it for a couple years, and then I forget about it.
Yeah.
So we may be here a little while, but I'll try to take care of everything that can kill you. Because the nice thing is, if you get killed in this, again, everything that you've gotten rid of is already gone. So then all you have to worry about is where do I go. But I think it is really fun inside of a carnival to have a maze like this. It'd be cooler if it was a funhouse setting,
Yeah. Well,
but
yeah.
I do like it.
I mean, it does kind of make sense here.
What do you mean?
Just at the carnival setting.
Oh, just that it's at a carnival, yeah. But I mean, it'd be cool if it was like a haunted house or something like that. Oh, I knew that was gonna
Oh
happen.
no. I have to play it and you haven't left the trail of bad guys.
I have left a trail of bad guys.
Of lack of bad guys.
Well, let's try to get through this with the format that we have so that we can start with a password. I hate that we're going to have to already start over with a password. I usually can get at least to the end of the train. That's one of my favorite parts. That's hilarious. Once again, easily amused.
I can keep doing it.
I can usually get past and get to at least the third part of the western level. No, don't keep doing it. I don't think you need to go in there, do you? I think you go down. Memory serves.
This one?
I think so. There you are.
Well, you haven't been here yet.
Nope. No, that's as far as I'd gotten. But what I remember was that I had gone in that door.
Okay, this isn't it.
Go ahead and just go back in. I wouldn't play around with the thumbtacks.
No. It's generally a bad thing to play around with.
I mean, you can jump over and get those yarn balls, but
Yeah.
yarn balls in this game are really kind of just for points. They don't give you extra men. They really do nothing for you. That's maybe another thing people don't love about this game. Past Atari in the early days of NES, you really do want the things that you're trying to collect to do more for you than just give you points.
Yeah.
Apparently, Sarah, the most recent Sonic release has gotten rid of 100 rings gives you an extra man.
Weird.
And I just can't get my mind around
Okay,
that.
how do you kill this guy?
You want to glide from where you are, and then go just underneath it. Just get farther to the right. There you go.
Okay, there we go.
That's all you gotta do.
And then not jump on.
And then glide from there, or just drop on it. There.
Well, I got that thing. Now you have to go a long ways back. Oh. That works.
It is a little bit odd for the music for your bonus level to be the same as the title opening. Like it's the exact same track. What?
Oh,
You gotta go back in it again.
Okay. Yeah, I thought it put me out in the same spot, but I couldn't remember.
Yeah, the rule is once you've been in the bonus level, you can't go back in it. That takes you to two different places now. Don't ask me where to go. I don't remember. You'll figure it out.
I'm trying to remember if it takes me back or if...
Just go in there. I think you're back at the beginning now.
Yeah, I think you're right.
You gotta go back down.
Have we been in this circle before?
I don't know. I have to start from scratch. I have to go it alone from the very beginning to even get my bearings.
Oops. Well, there you go. There's a chance.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
About 20 minutes left in the platforming hour today, and hopefully
They
we
won't,
will make it past
they
this.
won't all be spent in the maze.
I don't believe they will. By the way, I don't know if you know this, Sarah, but when you go off a ledge,
Yeah.
if you're holding the glide button, you'll immediately glide off the ledge.
Okay.
You don't have to actually jump first. So, that's good. I've already got myself lost.
I don't think we've, if you go back that way, I don't think we've been in that first circle when you come to it, but I'm not sure.
I thought I did that already. Nope, you're right. Oh, I shouldn't have jumped. Oops!
Come at me, Spirit. Uh-oh.
Those look like a 10.
Yep.
Watch for flying eggs.
Yep.
But it's a
Jason, what kind of symbol does Bubsy have on his shirt?
Question mark?
Nope. It's an exclamation point.
It's an exclamation point.
Uh-huh. And there you go. That's it.
Yay. Sure.
Well, the boss here isn't tough. Get that.
Oh, I knew I was going back
Do
for
me a
it.
favor, get that. I was afraid you'd gone too far already. 'Cause in
I
this
wanted
game,
you to do the maze.
I think this game does that standard side scroller thing
Those are
of
funny.
once you get past a certain point, you scroll too far and won't let you go back.
Yeah.
Just when you're dealing with markers there. Oh man, can we do it again, or do you want to
I'll
do
do it.
Come on.
it? My strategy generally is bounce off of one and then glide and then just keep perpetually bouncing off of them up in the air. Just don't let yourself drop to the ground again. And just keep gliding instead of jumping. Because you can't stay in the air otherwise.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Oh, I didn't realize we were that. Oh.
Yeah. Me neither. I guess there's not a Zero Man in this. I thought there was a Zero Man in this. Are you serious? That's dumb. Wow, we're not playing well. That's never happened to me. Okay. Well, I tell you what, folks, you've seen that whole section. We're gonna play back up to there, and then we'll go ahead and get started on the third world for you for the rest of this video.
Yeah.
So we'll be back in just a minute. All right, folks, we're back. We just got back through the 6th stage, and we're ready to play and get through the boss so that we can show you the Western level. But we wanted to do this kosher and actually go through everything so that you didn't think we just looked up a passcode. So we're just gonna die everything then. Here goes, Eric.
Okay.
Now we want to get through the whole game, or at least as much of it as we can. Totally fair and square. There you go. Get him!
I have no control with gliding.
Come on.
You just gotta go back and forth pretty rigorously.
Yeah.
I mean, it's easy for me to say. I haven't done it yet, but
Yeah.
that's how it always used to work for me in the past.
Yeah.
What you kind of hope is that you just get them real fast.
Yeah.
Because when you wind back up on the ground, it's really hard not to get hit. This is somewhat embarrassing.
Oh. Thought I was in the corner.
I mean, they
enough.
hit you right in the corner there.
Yeah.
All right, let's do this thing. Here we go. Come on, come on, come on. Nah, I knew I was gonna get hit there. Goodness. This is really sad. This is really sad. Now he's gonna go super fast.
Yeah.
So I mean, you have to stay up in the air once he goes that fast.
Yeah. I just fell off of him.
There we go.
Finally.
There we are.
I need to move it.
And now we have our passcode for this part.
Well, it worked for Glenn.
So we can come back to this whenever we need to. And everyone prepare to get a headache! A lot of these platformers have these levels where you'd be moving on some kind of a vehicle and there'd be stuff moving behind you. This is not quite as headache-inducing as a similar level in Cool Spot, but man, if you look in the wrong place, you could really get dizzy. And the wrong place in this level would be the track underneath you. You're gonna want to push that box.
Yes.
And yes, you can get killed by the draft heads. So don't bump into them. You're good. That's just where you want to be. Those are some happy giraffes. Everything was wearing sunglasses in the 90s because sunglasses were cool.
Well, it worked for Glenn.
Once again, that unfair business of random things underneath you that you'd never know about.
Yep. Yeah, this level always makes me nervous because I never know when I'm gonna fall onto the tracks.
Well, why does he talk?
He just does.
Because don't you know that bobcats can talk? They're one of the few animals in nature that talk. That's not true. Don't tell your kids that, it's not true. Oh man, that was
His name
lucky.
is
When they said to get out and push, I don't think they meant
They
that.
weren't talking about that, yeah.
His name is Bubsy.
Cheese wheels.
Of doom.
That's
They
why.
love their cheese wheels.
Next there's Bubsy. That was B-U-P-Y.
Somewhat short as trains go.
Well,
Most things get really stretched out for levels.
I am glad this is not $200 per as long.
Oh yeah, no, me too. That would be tedious and obnoxious, but this is kind of fun.
Yeah.
Stand at the beginning of it.
Should jump
Number 9. No, Sarah. That would be counterproductive. Okay. Now we're gonna go inside the front car.
Kill the conductor.
You kill the conductor, and then it stops, and then you play the rest of the level. So you'd think that that's enough for a level, right? Nope. Now we go into the canyon, and it goes boom, 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 boom. Oh, I always do that.
Into the canyon.
I always go backwards because I think there's something cool up there, and then you
And
get
it just
hit by
happens to be your death.
you get killed by a tumbleweed, and then you get killed by skulls. Now this stuff's tough.
And this level I haven't played very much.
Yeah, you haven't played much past that. Well, I don't know if you've seen past these.
No, I don't think I have. Because
I certainly have, but it's been a
I
while.
always die by the carnival levels, personally. When we're doing 2-player.
And see, that's just weird because that's not a water slide. In fact, it's the opposite. It's a sand slide. Oh boy,
You walked right into that one.
I did, and then I turned into a puddle of me. All right, everybody. Well, that's it for today's platforming hour. We're gonna come back with you again sometime soon and do some more Bubsy. We're gonna start right at that level and see how far we can get. Thanks for watching. I'm Captain Logan.
And I'm Sarah.
See you again next time.